Okay, how this range function will work? Just taking this range, just observe. It will take the it will take the three parameter actually. Okay, first one is the start, second one is the stop, like third one is the increment value. Okay, see, like just observe how this range function will like syntax for the range function is. Okay, range, first element is the start. Okay, the second element is the stop, where to stop. Okay, then third element is the increment value. Okay, the three parameters it will take, but no need to take all the three parameters every time. You can take first element also, or like first parameter also, and both first and second parameters you can take. That increment value is your optional. Okay, see, suppose here I am going to take like only first parameter. Okay, 5. How it will like get the elements? It will start from the 0 and it will end at stop minus, or that, or this whatever the value here you are giving, that number minus 1. Okay, just n minus 1. What are, consider this is the n. Okay, it will stop at n minus 1, because here it will start from 0 to like n minus 1. Okay, suppose that if I give range of 1 to 5. Okay, this is the starting position. Now you are mentioned starting position, this is the stop position. Here I need to stop, but the stop will take last this number minus 1. Okay, if I enter, you can observe it is started at position 1 and it is ended at 4, means this number minus 1, stop minus 1. Okay, say in the third case. Okay, it is taking third parameter also, right? In the third case, I'm going to start from the 1. I want to end at position 20. Okay. This is the last one is the increment value. I want to increase every time 2 or 1 or 3, or you can take any number here. Okay. Just observe the difference. If I take 2, every time it will increase the 2. Okay. Now now see the output. Okay. See, initially it is started 1. It is incremented by 2. Again it is incremented by 2. Okay, this means like incrementing the value. Okay, see, for example, the same way, instead of 2, if I take 3 here, if I take 3 here, every time it will increment by 3. Okay, first 4 plus 3, 4, then 4 plus 3 7, 7 plus 3 10, like this. Okay, okay, I want to like decrease the value instead of increase the value. I want to decrease the value. How you can? Okay, see, take range 20 comma 1. Okay, it is giving, if you want to decrease the value, okay, you need to take the negative like index. Okay, see, 22 minus 1, not minus 1 here. Increment or decrement value you need to take as my negative value here. Okay, or 3 to 1 comma, I want to decrease the value as 2. Okay, now you can see it is started at 20. Okay, or 18, it is my like, you can say that this is the increment only here. Okay, you are just adding 20 to this minus 2. Okay, means it will become 18, like that. It will print up to 2 in bit in this range. Okay, it takes the three parameters. First is the start, second one is the stop, or third one is the increment value. Okay, in this way uh, this range function will work. Okay, this range function you can take in this for loop. Okay, see, for example, for like I in a range. Okay, just it is just like sequence only. Range function means internally it is just like a sequence. Okay, I want to print 1 to 20 in the output. Okay, just colon, just use the print I. Okay, just observe the output. Okay, it is printed in the output 1 to 19, means here this stop minus 1, right? Okay, at 19 it is stop. Okay, in this way this for loop will work. For loop will iterate the statements like based on this sequence or range. Okay, see, suppose that the the same way whatever the you executed this factorial of a given number, you can do with the same or like by using for loop also. Okay, how you can just observe the same program I'm changing here. Okay, instead of this while loop, I'm going to take here for loop. For, okay, or like going to take I is my like variable. Okay, in the range you need to give here. Okay, the range starts from 1 to here n plus 1. Why n plus 1 means you need to count that number also here. Okay, but this range taking stop minus 1, right? That's why here just I'm adding, I need to stop at n. Okay, not at n minus 1. For that, if you want to stop at n, you just take n plus 1. Okay, in the same way, no need of this here also I will print that n value here, don't worry. Okay, no need to increment the decrement the value here, because in the previous case I used that while loop. Okay, just now here value is in I, right? From initially it starts from 1 and it will end at position n. Okay, see here you need to like multiply with I. Okay, now observe the output. Here it is asking some number, you got the output as factorial of a number. Okay, instead of while loop I use just for loop here. Okay, syntax for loop is for variable in the sequence, or you can take the range here. Okay, it starts from the 1, it ends with the n plus 1. N plus 1 means, for example, if you take 5, okay, the range stops at 4 only, right? But I want to repeat up to 5. Okay, for that I have taken here it is n plus 1. Okay, just multiply with that I value here. Okay, just I have printed in the output. Okay, in this way like you can use this for loop. Okay, okay, you can use nested loops also. Okay, within the for loop you can use one more loop. Okay, that is nested loop. If you use that nested loop, okay, you will get some these sequences. Okay, I want to print in this sequence. Okay, in this like in this way I need output value. Okay, see how you will get this one. If you observe here, I have taken, are you getting my point? Can anyone, how this like for loop is working? You are getting, right?
That's correct.
Okay, see, I want to print this in this format in the output. Okay, how this will work, just observe. For the variable I in the range from it starts from 1 to 6. 6 means up to 5, 5 only it will stop. Okay, see, within this for loop I have one more for loop. Okay, you can write one loop in another loop also. Okay, this concept you can say nested loops. Okay, see, if I write one if statement in another if statement means that is nested if, right? In the same way here also you can write one loop in another loop. Okay, this concept you can say that nested loops. Okay, this is one for loop. Okay, within this for loop I have one more for loop. Okay, here same for j. Okay, for j in the range, same range I have taken. Okay, range is 1 to 5 means up to 5 it will print. Okay, for it start from I, right? Okay, I is equal to 1. here the j I am just repeating up to 6, means up to 5 it will print it, means this one will be printed first. Okay, for I equals to 1, here I am just printing I, right, j, right. Okay, up to this line will be printed in the I equal to 1 case. Just like after printing j, just I'm giving space here. Okay, space, by using this print statement I'm giving the space. Okay, then after completing this first iteration, the I value become incremented, right. The second I value become 2 now. Okay, 2 for 2 case this will be printed, 3 case this will be printed, up to 5, like this these statements will be printed in the output. Okay, let's observe the same in the in our Python scripts also. Here just instead I will take one file. Okay, instead of directly in the prompt, just I'm going to take that file for, okay, I initial first for loop I'm writing. Okay, for I in the range of, it starts from the 1. Okay, I will take 10 here. Okay, means up to 9 it will printed in the output. Okay, then colon, this is the like outer loop. Again I'm taking one more for loop. Okay, here the variable is like j in the range. Okay, you can take any range here. Here also I'm taking same range. So up to 9 it will be printed in the output. Here I'm going to print that j value here. Okay, after j, for each element I just require one space. Okay, just comma or like print some space. Okay, save this file. Okay, just giving the name as for or else nested for dot c or like py. Okay, see I'm going to run this file. Now you can observe the output. Okay, here it is printing in a single line, right. I think so. After printing this value, now you can observe the output. Just I will close. See, just I'm running this file. Now you can see the output. Okay, first in the I equal to 1 case, this will be printed in the output. Okay, I is equal to 2, j value will repeat up to 9. In this way it will print up I equals to 9 case here. Okay, see this is the case, right. Okay, instead printing j here, if you print a star it will print the all the stars here. Okay, the same case, the same program, just changing, instead of printing j there, here I'm printing j, right. Instead of printing j, just use just print star. Any sequence you can print. If I print star, you will see output as stars. Okay, see if I print some dollar, okay, in output dollars will be printed. Okay, see you can format this one based on your requirement. Okay, or you can use this inner loop based on your requirement. Okay, if I will show here some different sequences. Okay, see up to here. Okay, then we have some other statement. After discussing those, I will show how to get these. Okay, these are the for loop and while loop. We have some like jump statements. Okay, unconditional statements. I will show what are those. This is about for loop. Some jump statements here we have. One is break statement. Okay, continue statement and pause statement. Okay, just I will show one example, then you will get some very clear idea about these three statements, how these three statements will work in programming. Okay, for that I'm taking one sample program. or else okay, just I will take one new file. Okay, just using for loop here, phi for I in I'm going to take the range from like 1 to 5. Just on 1 to 5 means 4 only printed. 1 to 6 I will take up to 5, right? Okay, just colon. I'm going to print or just going to print this I value here. Okay, I'm going to print this I value. Okay, what is the output I will get now? Can anyone say? See, this is the program. Okay, if I execute this thing, what is the output I will get?
1 to 5, sir.
1 to 5 will be printed, right? 1 to 5 will be printed, right? Let's see. 1 to 5 is printed in the output. See, I'm going to write one condition within this for loop. If some I equals to 3, okay, I equals to 3 colon, here just I'm using break statement. Okay, can anyone expect the output now?
1, 2, 4, 5.
1 2
Sir, 2. 3, sir. 3.
1 to 3 P will be printed, right? Let's see.
Yes, sir. 1, 2, 1.
1 2 only printed,
Yes.
because up it is stopped at 3, but range will take stop -1, right? Okay, see, if this condition is true, I want to break that loop. Okay, see, this is the loop. How this loop will work? It will repeat based on this range, right? But in middle, I'm just checking one condition. Okay, in the first I value equals to 1, this condition false, it is printed that value. The second I value become 2 or 2, this condition is false. Okay, it will become printed. See, in the third case, I value become 3, right? In that case, it is true. If condition is true, this is just I have used break statement here. Okay, what this break statement will do, it will break the loop here, and it will come outside to this loop. Okay, if I use break statement within for loop, okay, how this break statement will do, it will break the condition there. Based on that condition, it will break that loop, and it will come back from that loop. Okay, see, instead this is about break statement. Instead, I'm going to use continue. Can anyone expect this output?
1, 2, 4, 5, sir.
1 2 4 5 1 2 4 5. Okay, hope I will get the same output. Let's see. 1 2 4 5. Okay, see what happened. Just observe the difference in the break case. What happened, a break will like break that condition. Then based on that condition, it will break that loop, and it will come back from that loop. But this continue keyword, what it will do, if that condition is true, okay, it will just stop the like loop there. But after this statement, we have this continue statement in there. Okay, only a specific condition it will won't print in the output. A remaining thing, it will continue the loop. Okay, in the output also you can observe. In the output also, if the condition equals to 3, that only that specific case only it is not printed in the output. Okay, remaining it is printed in the output, right? Continue statement will work like that. If you want to do the specific case, I don't want to do execute that loop. Remaining cases I want to do continue. In the general case, I want to continue that loop. Okay, in that case, you can go for this continue statement. Okay, here instead of continue, I'm going to use pass statement. Sorry, pass statement. Now expect the output. Okay, just I'm running this program. Now observe the output. You are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then what is the use of this pass? It is not affecting anything on that loop, right? See, if you want to, it won't actually. This just like a empty statement within that loop. But if you want to write in middle of that loop, if you want to write any code, you can go for this pass. Okay, for example, if I write some print statement here, okay, just executing this file, observe the output now. You are observing some difference, right?
Yes, sir.
See, in the break case, it is breaking the here in this break case, it is breaking that entire loop and it is coming back from that loop. Okay, in case of continue, based at a specific condition only, it is stopping the, it is not printing in the output. The remaining cases it is continuing. The loop is like continuing based on that range. Okay, but in case of pass, it won't it is just like a empty statement in that loop. But if you want to add some extra code within that loop, you can go for this pass. Okay, in middle of that loop, if you want to like insert some code, in that case you can just go for that pass. Okay, see what I did here. After I equals to 3, okay, if I equals to 3, I just want to include some code in between that loop. Okay, by using pass, you can include that code in between that loop. Okay, then it will continue remaining cases. Okay, it won't affect on your loop, but in middle, if you want to insert any code, you can go for this pass statement. Okay, here I will show some slides here, you can observe here. Okay, this break statement, what is it is you like what happens if I use this break statement, it will break that condition and it will come back from that loop. Okay, see, if I use this continue statement where the condition is true, a specific condition only, it is not printing in the output. The remaining cases, it is continuing the loop. Okay, in the same way, if I go for this pass statement, okay, just observe this. When an external condition is triggered, the pass statement allows you to handle the condition without the loop being impacted in any way. Okay, you are not impacting anything on the loop, but in middle, if you want to uh, if you want to write some statements in between that loop, you can go for this pass statement. Okay, here you are not observing any middle code, right? In our example, I just inserted some code here. You can see here in middle of that loop, I have entered some code, right? In this way, you can go for in this way, this pass statement will work. Okay, it won't affect on your loop, but you can write some like code in between that loop. Okay, this is about the pass statement. Okay, these are the like jump statements. You can directly like go from that you can control your loop. Okay, any doubt as of now? This is about the like conditional structure. Okay, I will share these documents today. Okay, I think actually you have 11 o'clock some other program is there. You have to attend that. there is no class at 11 o'clock. Okay, I will share this document to you. Just try all these examples. Okay, shall we do one or two here? Which sequence you like? This one looks good, right? Simple. To just you are writing some inner loops within that loop. Okay, we will try this one. This way we'll try once. Let's see. This one previously we tried, right? Okay, just execute one. What is the output we are getting? It is printing all the dollars in the output. Okay, instead I required this one. Okay, see, observe here, for I in the range 1 to 6 up to 6 I need to repeat that outer loop. In the inner loop I'm going to iterate. It starts from the 1 and it has to end with I plus 1. I plus 1 means exact I value. Okay, see, just printing the j value in the output. Okay, if you observe here, okay, it starts from 1, it ends with 6. Okay, in inner loop I'm going to write, okay, for j in, okay, range you need to write range. It starts from the 1 and it has to end with like I plus 1. Okay, I plus 1 means exact I value. Okay, see, just remove this. You need to follow this indentation. Okay, suppose that if I'm not following indentation, just I'm given some space here. If you just try this output, whether you are getting the you are like you are getting some error here, right? Okay, you need to follow some indentation process here. Okay, I'm going to print here j value. I'm going to print instead of starts. Just I'm going to print j here. Okay, just give one comma. Okay, within the for, just I'm going to give some space here. Okay, now observe the output. No, there is a problem. Okay, see, you got the output just like this, right? First it is this I equals to 1. Okay, inner loop is repeated up to I plus 1 means 1 only, 1 to 1 only, 1 is printed. Okay, then I value become incremented 2. In that case 2 times it will printed. If it is 3 times it will printed, like that it will go. Okay, in place of like j, if I print star here, okay, in place of j if I print star, stars are printed in the output. Okay, now you can see stars are printed in the output. Okay, like that you can just try all these sample sequences. Okay, all are related to this for loop and inner loops only. Okay, try all these programs once. Okay, if you have any doubt on this, just ask me in the next class. Okay, Ramya, can you take one screenshot?
I took already.
Any doubts in today's class? you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, we will close here today. In the next class, okay, what we will see, like sequences, sequence data types. Okay, we have different sequence data types. Already we have seen one, strings. Okay, then we have list, tuple, set, and dictionary. Okay, these four we will see. Okay, these are very very important. Okay, that's all for today. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
yes, I'm sharing this document in your WhatsApp group. Just go through this document. Okay.
Okay, sir.